foodies involved this weekend. It includes workshops on growing microgreens, foraging, local chefs sharing a taste of their signature recipes. So Access Carolina's Ava Bratz is previewing it all. Those workshops, those panel discussions, Ava, there's a lot of good experts to learn from.
Absolutely, and our friend Sam Slaughter that comes on Fridays. We've got the Carolina Bowen House here today talking about that panel. We're going to head inside one of the cabins on location here. We are so excited to talk with Billy and David because preserving local foodways. You know, what does that mean? We're talking about this panel. They're going to be talking about these grains from ancient brewing tactics. So, David, let's start off with you. What does that mean, you know, bringing this back?
Well, I'm from Carolina Bowen House. Bowen House, German for farmhouse. That's regional, seasonal ingredients in all of our beer. We are super excited to participate in this event, Preserving Local Foodways. And we brought in Dr. David Shields, who is a food historian, an author. He wrote the book Taste the State, and he'll be giving a keynote address kind of explaining the importance of preserving these local foodways. And foodways are not only where the ingredients come from, but it's also how they're used and how we consume them socially.
And something that I don't think a lot of people know, when I hear preserving local foodways, I'm thinking like, okay, does this mean freeze it longer? But no, this is really just about the creation process too.
In particular, saving the seed. Yeah. So great segue. The beer that we brewed in collaboration with Cribs Hospitality Group, Dr. David Shields, and Haygood Mill uses heirloom grains, farro, bene, and purple straw wheat, some of which is growing right here on site at the Haygood Mill. And then after David's address, we'll have a panel discussion with all of the participants led by Dr. Bernie Herman.
And talking with the brewers that will be on site, you know, what are some of those questions I should bring to the festival?
Really, it's just how was this made? So the process of making the beer involves a very elaborate cereal grain process. It takes longer to brew, and it's typically lower in alcohol, higher in nutrition. So it would have been consumed prior to Prohibition and appropriate for a more broad age spectrum because it is both nutritional and medicinal.
That's what our viewers like to hear. A beer that is nutritional. David talking about some things that'll stick to our bones here. What is this kind of more historic menu you have for us?
Right, yeah, thanks, Ava. So part of the festival that we're going to be doing for the upcountry tasting is traditional foods that people have been preparing in the upcountry of South Carolina for the last 250 years and longer. We will get into some Native American cooking during this event too, so if you want to see traditional Native American cooking, come out for that. But a lot of the things that we're going to be doing are things that you can go out and forage now in the forest. Ava, have you ever tried poke salad before?
Sure haven't, David. Better now than never. Okay, yes.
Poke salad is just a weed to a lot of people, but it's a food that's been eaten for thousands of years amongst the native people and then the colonists that moved into this area. It's a special treat this time of year. So if you've heard of poke salad but never have tried it, this is your chance to come out to Haygood Mill this coming Saturday and try some poke salad among some of the other things that we'll be doing out here.
Delicious! Oh, it is the perfect kind of amount of salty, and we've got some different meats in here, and we've got the corn that is literally ground up, and you've got the cornbread here, so it's really all from the land.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So, yes, you can come out and try cornbread that was freshly stone ground from our 1845 grist mill. Nice. A lot of the products, again, are locally sourced, foraged, and grown here on site. Fantastic. So just come out and enjoy and see what your ancestors have been eating in this area for the last 250 years to a couple of thousand years when we get into the Native American component. So.
Yeah, well, after all, it is nutritional. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. When we come back, we're going to be heading over to the blacksmith shop for a very interactive thing. We're going to talk about those demo classes and a very, very highly sought-after musician coming to town this Saturday here at Haygood Mill Historic Site.